Okay.
Yes. The answer is yes. Oh, I'm sweating I'm like chilly, but like I have like sweat.
You have goose pimples?
No. I don't.
Oh, I thought you might have.
I thought you might have. No,
That's
is that a song?
No.
Oh.
I think we just made up a song.
I was like, it sounds like it'd be
I think you might have. Ooh, I think you might have. Hey, ooh, I think. Anyways.
Oh, hey, this is your day. It's Mike.
This is Katie.
Oh, okay.
I'm in a somber mood.
Yeah, we are discussing kind of a heavy topic today, and especially in light of recent events that have happened in our lives, we figured it would be a topic that we definitely need to get out in the open and talk about.
We could touch it. A little. And then we're going to dive into it.
Okay, we're just going to play the track. Here we go. Okay, I was going to do it again.
Play.
I'm sorry. I was going to do it again.
Play the music.
Yeah, I'm just honest.
Hello.
Hey.
Okay. I'm hoping that you guys had a wonderful week as usual. No, I'm just kidding. I hope you had shit week.
Fuck
I'm just
you.
kidding.
How was yours?
Mine was, I feel like, kind of uneventful, but
Really?
Melanie Martinez came out with her new album, so I've honestly been listening to that pretty much all week.
It's pretty fucking
That's been
good.
my week. I've been obsessing over that. But how was yours?
I went back to school this week.
Oh yeah, I forgot it's back to school for a lot of people. Oh, then this is the perfect topic to cover today.
Yeah. I have 2 semesters left and then I'm done. So,
Congratulations.
thanks. I didn't think I was going to get this far.
Yeah, I didn't either, but I'm glad that you did. No, I'm just kidding.
Fuck you.
I'm glad.
I
No,
have 6 classes after the semester and I'm done.
Oh, that's more classes than I got. I mean, like, that's a good thing. I didn't mean that in a bad way.
As you, try to fix the hair around your ear that doesn't exist.
No, I've got, I feel like hair is, falling on me 24/7.
How do you think I feel?
I know. I don't know how you guys deal with that, mess around your head all the time.
It's really annoying.
Do you ever feel like someone's just, tickling you?
Yes.
Yeah?
Or like a spider or something.
Ew, that would bother the fuck out of me.
Arachnophobia. I couldn't do it.
Phobia. No, wait, no. Arach. Oh, wait, well, I can't do it. There we go.
What the fuck? I can't do that.
Arach.
I can't tongue pop.
I can't say a word and then do it.
Arachnophobia.
Arachnophobia.
Nophobia.
I know that. Well,
Isn't it arachnophobia?
yes, but that's supposed to compensate.
It does not replace it.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Anyways, now that you're just gonna hear us babble. Well, this week we're talking about mental illnesses. We're talking about anxiety and depression, almost.
Yeah, laser focused, I'd say.
Laser focused.
What?
Nothing. You're just funny. You're cute.
You're cute. You're really cute.
Oh.
Yeah, it's actually kind of hard to joke around and talk about.
I know.
This.
So it's
I feel like we're being really awkward.
What do you mean? Why?
No, like the jokes that I'm making.
Oh, I mean,
not like us as people.
We're tap dancing around getting to the point here because
Yeah.
it's gonna be a really heavy episode.
Who's dancing around a circle? All my problems are just in the middle of the circle. I'm just dancing around the outside.
Yeah.
That's
Laughing
life.
at them as I look at them.
I hate you guys.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's alright. They got the last laugh though.
I mean, they will one day. Yes.
And that one day is today, mental illness. Now, we're going to talk about a lot of different things. We're going to talk about the heaviest of topics, suicide. We'll talk about probably eating disorders. But, I mean, I'm probably going to do another episode about eating disorders, I feel
yeah,
like
we can split it up because it's going to be too much if we throw this all at you guys
at once. I think we're just going to do depression and anxiety right now. But, I mean...
If it gets there, it gets there.
Have you ever experienced anxiety or depression, Catherine Cole?
I
mean, I know the answer, but...
Yes, I have.
All right.
I don't know. I feel like more depression than anxiety. As of late,
As I like the marijuana stick.
Pass the baton. No, literally, I think I experienced depression more than anxiety now.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird for me because I feel like, and this is going to sound a little bit heavy, and I don't, I'm going to talk about my depression openly here, but...
yeah, ditto.
I feel like I can't remember a time when I wasn't dealing with depression.
Mm-hmm.
And my depression has lasted at least over 10 years now. It's been like, it developed when I was younger. I feel like people who have depression develop faster. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like your maturity levels.
Their mindset, they have to like learn
Increase.
to kind of protect themselves early on in life. And you learn, when people are talking about you, you learn, if secrets are being spread about you, or you learn that, people are talking about you before you even know yourself. And that's kind of what I was dealing with.
Yeah, that's crazy because I remember, I know what triggered mine. But like, I remember not, I'm not like depressed 24/7. That's the thing. Mine's like a wave. Okay. I feel like, I know our depression stems from separate places.
But that's another thing.
Because I didn't start my life out depressed.
I don't think anybody starts out their life depressed.
I wasn't like,
I wasn't
like
That's not
12 or 11 or 10, like some people are, that they know, like, hey, fuck, like, I hate my life.
I was about...
Mine was more of a run-in.
6 or 7 was about the time that I think it was more... It could have been younger, to be honest. I remember being younger. I remember having a crush on this kid in kindergarten, to be honest. I wanted to, like, nap next to him. It was just, like, a little kid crush. Like, it was just kind of like, I like you, you're whatever. But I knew at a young age that that's how I felt. And so about...
And you thought it was wrong?
Yeah. So that's because of the way society portrayed it. That's, you know what I mean? Like, that's because of how... I know I need to talk louder.
Yeah.
That's because of how, like, I was raised, you know what I mean? Getting raised in a Catholic family, you're constantly hearing, obviously, negative things about homosexuality, which is unfactual. So if you actually, like...
It's unfair.
If you believe in that, actually read the passage, because you're totally misinterpreting it. But, basically they use that, the Catholic faith uses, especially in like the churches and everything, they use it as a weapon against you if you're
it's true.
a homosexual, and they almost guilt you in having to go to church. So so at that young age, I was basically institutionalized into hating myself, and I grew up with that feeling, and it only got worse as time goes on, and here I am today.
Well, you had an outside factor too. You weren't like 6, like 5, 6, like, wow, I just, some people just like...
Well, other than getting bullied.
I don't know.
That's
the thing, though. I don't know if for depression for everybody, it's obviously different.
Oh, it's different. It stems from different places.
It's got to stem from somewhere. I don't think anyone's born...
No.
And I know it's hereditary.
Now, you can, yes. Now, here's where I think it's weird, because people can be born with depression, the depressive trait, because...
I think
that
people with depression...
genetics.
I think people with depression have the depressive trait. They have to have the depressive trait, because even if, like,
you can develop it, or you could be born. It is an illness almost that you will have to pretty much battle.
Yeah.
For the rest of your life.
It's like a demon.
Yeah.
And if you can, like, overcome said demon,
but I want to be careful saying that, because the Catholic faith, they do treat it like that. They treat depression
I don't mean it as
like something latching onto you, and that's a total misrepresentation of what depression is.
It's not how I meant it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just meant like it's nasty. Like, not like an actual demon that's like
exactly
lurching on my back, even though it kind of feels like it.
Yeah. Now there are some cases where you can go to a white witch and get this demon like off of you, where we've talked about ghouls and ghosts before. We've talked about this.
Ooh, spooky.
But
we did talk about that.
Yeah, but so in some cases, yes, I think demons can attach themselves to you, but I don't think that that's what depression is.
No, depression's not an actual demon.
It's inner
it was
demons.
Metaphorically, it's a demon.
Metaphoric demon.
Yeah, it's not actually sucking my soul out, because that scared me. It's not actually sucking my soul out, because let's be real, I don't have one. I got soul, bitch.
Sorry, no. All right, but
yeah. Anyways, my point of this was that I remember before I had a run-in with a douchebag for a couple years there that I was not depressed.
Yeah.
I know that for a fact.
So, it could happen later on in life. It could be...
Was I like an emo kid? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I thought I hated my life, but I didn't.
Now, I was a pretty happy-go-lucky kid, I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, ditto.
Until I reached that age where I was self-aware.
Like 13?
Yeah, and like really self-aware. Like, I would observe things around me that normal kids weren't observing. Like, I was just a very observant kid.
You were like wild now.
Yeah, I was just, I just like, it's kind of like more of that now. Like, I'm very observant. I can read people well. Like, I was always like that as a kid too. I think I got that from my mother. And
You
no, I
did.
definitely got that from my mother.
You did.
But you know,
Your dad's a great
in the
guy.
best way. Like she can, you know, she uses her powers for good, but they could be used for evil. But I basically, like, I don't know. I grew up with this feeling of I'm misplaced. It's like I wasn't meant to be here, almost. You know, it was that feeling of, the constant feeling of, okay, I have to wake up every day, I have to act like this person. And
like a robot?
You basically have to act a certain way to compensate for, you know, the way people perceive you.
Mm-hmm.
And now you can't control how people perceive you.
That's crazy, though, because, like, I love, like, my coworkers, and I love, like, my friends and stuff, but sometimes I just don't fucking feel like it.
Yeah.
And there's no reason behind it, I just don't fucking feel like it. Like everyone at work or, like, people that we're friends with will be asking, what's wrong? What's wrong? I'm like, dude, I'm chilling. I'm literally chilling. I just don't feel like it today.
Yeah.
Like, I'm shot. That's why I usually say I'm shot.
But there's a reason for that. You are, at that moment, unhappy. You are at that moment, like, in a certain state of depression.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so as much as you don't want people asking, I would rather them ask than not ask. Now, the thing is what people actually want to hear. They want to hear that you're fine. They don't want
they want an explanation of, like, why you're not good. Yeah, it's like, why do I have to have a story for not feeling?
Well, yeah,
Peace.
but true. But I mean, like, it's, you know what I mean? Like, and I know. But, like, it's not like you can control how you're... This is the problem. We don't look at mental illness seriously in society. Like, businesses are, I think, some businesses, I've noticed that they're trying to do this thing where people can take mental health days, or, you know, that's...
You know, kids get, like, 6 mental health days now?
That's good.
Like children?
I think that
I took them anyways, bitch. Yeah, I didn't give a fuck.
Right. I think that it's important to take mental health days. I think that society is so structured to where you have to go all the time, and there's this pressure that you need to constantly be performing at your best. And
which is bullshit.
It is bullshit, and quite frankly, it's almost meant, and people are gonna hate this statement, but it's almost meant that we are slaves to a society where we are forced to go work menial jobs that we don't care about, which also aids to depression. You know, people are depressed because they're living these mundane lives. We are so outside of where we should be living. Like, these little boxes that we live in, these houses,
that are
they're all
like
cute
$1,000 a month.
But these are run by politically corrupt people. These are run by people who, you know, are living in the upper ends of, you know, cities, and, you know what I mean? Like, these are people who don't care about the lower people. We are the lower people who are just living in a world designed by them. So
you're tripping me out.
Well, I mean, that's why
it's
you're depressed,
true.
because you're designed to fit in a certain mold and fit in and do the exact thing. Honestly, in the Lego movie, I know. In the Lego movie, Did
you watch it?
Yeah. I don't know. There's been a couple. I don't know which one I watched, but it was the one where, like, he has to blend in every day with his society. He goes to work. He's a construction worker. He works at his job, and if you stray out of that norm, you're
children's
seen as
movie.
Weird in a children's movie. But that movie also had some weird adult undertones, which I always appreciate in a movie.
In a commercial.
In a commercial. But I personally think that we aren't meant to live this life. So we are constantly depressed because we are trying to fit in a world that was designed for it was designed by somebody else's ideals and what they think is important.
Yeah, and that's not accurate. Everyone lives a different life.
Yeah.
There's also people that have it way worse than us too. So it's like,
oh, there is, and absolutely, but that doesn't make telling somebody that isn't going to make their mental illness go
like
away.
that pisses me off too. Like, it just makes me mad in general because no one cares about mental health.
Mm-hmm.
It's still
we are, like I said, we're at
getting
the point
better.
We're go. So because of that mindset, you're talking to them, you're ticking. Like, time is ticking. Like, you're wasting their time. Like, they're like,
which is
okay,
fucking
pat on the
crazy.
back. Okay, I hope you feel better.
That's why, and this can lead into therapy and stuff. I won't go to therapy because it's like, first of all, if you did and you believe in that, that's cool. Like, I'm like, good for you. That's that. If that helps you, that's awesome. Like, cool. I'm really glad. But I can't have a structured time to talk about things that fucked me up.
Well, yeah, depression hits it.
You know what I mean? Though, like, people are like, oh, like, you go to therapist for like an hour on like a Thursday, like twice a month. For that hour, you can talk about whatever you want, but then outside of that hour, you can't talk about anything you want to talk about that's bothering you. It's like, why would I want a fucking structured time with a stranger that I don't know?
Right.
That's just gonna tell me that what I already know.
I don't believe, I don't want to say that. I believe in therapy strongly.
I do too.
Because I believe people don't know how to read themselves.
I just know it wouldn't benefit me.
If you can read yourself, if you know what the problem is and you can figure out the problem yourself, because a therapist is there to be like, okay, what caused this? Or,
yeah,
you know what
which
I mean?
I already know.
How are you coping with this? And it's like, I don't need somebody, being like, okay, honey, now this is what you got. I'm not an idiot, and I don't like being talked to. Trust me, I've processed myself.
That's not saying that people that go to therapy are idiots.
No. I'm talking about the way they talk to you as if
you're dumb.
And I don't like people sitting and assessing me, because I do that 24/7. I assess me 24/7.
Yeah.
Nobody knows me better than me. So I personally
which is how it should be.
But I'm very introspective. A lot of people aren't introspective. So they do need an outsider's perspective. So this is not going for everybody. I think that if you are seeking therapy, if you want to talk to somebody, I think it might be very beneficial.
Especially if it's like your life depends on it.
Yeah, I definitely think you should talk. But I've learned to deal, and this is every coper's, phrase. Oh, they know how to deal with things. I do know how to deal with my shit. If it gets to a point where I do feel like I need to talk, I will make that step, because I like I said, I know myself very well. And it might get grim for a minute, and we've talked about this before, I don't see death in the way that everybody else does, but I think that I would never take my own life.
Yeah.
Because I fear not death, but I fear what comes after death. And that's because of the things I've been taught.
Oh, yeah. That's a big fact.
But 2, because that does take away your chance of things getting better. You will never know. And I also believe that, unfortunately, life is lived by experience. Something I learned from Melanie Martinez's video.
Yeah, life is all about experiences.
And each life is a different... We could be living different lives every time we come back, and you have to build up your experience in life and live through different eyes and different, perspectives. And that could be the case, and I'm taking that away. And, so that is another reason why I would never do that to myself. But there are people who don't see that, and they will take that route.
Yeah, which is crazy.
I mean, we both know somebody who just recently took their life.
Yeah, and people from high school.
Yeah, and then there was, we've known a couple people who have taken their life.
Yeah,
and
to say the least.
It affects everyone.
Yeah, but you know what bothers me about that statement, and I'm not trying to, be an asshole, but when someone commits suicide, and then people that don't know them, they just hear, oh, this person committed suicide. Mm-hmm. Wow,
Well, some people use it for clout.
Well, that, which is fucked up.
Yeah.
If you don't ever do that. Even, that goes for death in general. If someone dies that, you might have had a run-in with a couple times, and you're just, all over, fucking Facebook or Instagram,
yeah.
Oh, R.I.P., you didn't even fucking talk to them.
That's okay. I mean, they'll get their karma later. That's the thing. It's
yeah, anyways, that makes me so fucking mad, but whatever. So, what I was going to say is, I think it's fucked up that people, friends of friends, if someone I know killed themselves, and then my other friends that don't know them will be I want to say it exactly how this person said it to me. They said that it's fucked up because they took themselves out of so many lives, and that's a shitty thing to do to your friends and family. You should try to get help first. But it's what if someone did get help and then tried to talk to everyone they could talk to, and then they just didn't feel like they wanted to be here anymore. It's you can't blame that person.
Okay,
you're gonna sit here and say to someone that it's fucked up that someone that I know killed themselves because they took themselves out of my life.
That's, first of all,
because it affects people around you.
I don't
more.
like that stigma for that reason.
Yeah.
I don't think that. First of all, you, from the moment you were born, are fighting by yourself every day. Yes, you might have family, you might have friends, but you are fighting this battle alone with people who also don't know what's going on.
Correct.
And then they preach to you as if
they know
what's good. You don't know what's good.
I can't believe we said it at the same time.
Because everybody's trying to figure their shit out until the day they die.
Yeah,
Nobody
I
knows
don't-
what's going
I don't
on
know
in this life.
and that's another thing too. It's like you don't know.
We're all faking it.
Yeah, everybody. And I don't give a fuck what you say. I don't care how much money you have or how happy you think you are. That's also fucked up that if you think money makes you happy, like, it is sad because we need money to survive, and that's what causes a lot of depression for people,
Yeah.
like stacked up bills and not being able to pay your rent and all this other bullshit or your mortgage, and then your house gets fucking...
Because we don't care
Taken and
about
your
the
car
human
gets
existence.
repoed.
We only care about money, and we care
Well, that's what I'm
about...
saying. That's money causes a lot of depression issues. So if you're one of these people that's like, oh, like, I have all this money and blah blah blah. Like, I'm good. Like, you should be good too. Like, you don't know what the fuck's up in my life. Don't judge anybody. That just goes hand in hand with depression too. If someone's depressed and then they're like, oh, people without depression don't get it because they'll be like, oh, like, go get help. Like, okay, cool, yeah, awesome.
First of all, help it can be very expensive.
Yeah.
If you want to go to an actual therapist or a counselor, it can be very expensive. It's also trial and error. You can go to one therapist and not like them. Don't get discouraged. You have to keep looking for the right therapist.
I've been
that
told
suits
it
you.
takes like
It could take
months
time, yeah, to
find a
find
good one.
the right counselor.
You need to mesh with somebody. That's what it is.
And because it has to be like you're talking to someone you trust, someone that you can open up to, and that's not easy for
Yeah.
people.
I can't do that with strangers. I can do it on like a... I'm very good with speaking to people.
And it's also good to have a normal friend base, because like if you
Yeah.
have a friend base that is supportive, that will not stop you from telling them your problems that day, or you know what I mean. Like if you have friends that don't want to listen, then they aren't your friends.
Dump
Like,
'em.
Yeah, you need friends that are going to care, that are going to be there for you, because otherwise, when the time comes down to it, and you're at your utmost worst, and none of your friends are there for you, the people that you should be there for you, the people that you've taken in as your family to also support you even when your real family doesn't. That's especially with gays, they have to make their own family.
Yeah.
So if you can't find that family that is there to listen to you, to all the bullshit, and they're only, I mean, to all your problems, and they're only there for all the bullshit, like, oh, let's go to this party, or let's go here, or let's go there, and they only want you there as like a
prop.
yeah, or like a keychain. Dump them and find somebody else, because you need people
Not worth your
that
time.
actually care, and there are people who care. Like, you just have to try to find
Also, you can't feel like you're burdening somebody. Like, I've talked to some people that I thought were my friends formerly, and nothing like on the level of what I would speak about things with you with. Like,
Yeah.
I would never tell, some things to certain people, but it's like annoying because sometimes you feel like you're burdening somebody. They'll ask you what's wrong, and like you said, like they feel like time is ticking. Like, okay, like I asked you what was wrong, but like I didn't want a whole explanation of it.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucked up. Like, you don't ask what's wrong if you don't want to fucking know. Because if I feel the need, I will like explode and vent for like at least 10 minutes.
It's just, just be real. If you don't care, don't act like you care. And if you, be
If
the
you do
person
care,
that,
then care.
be the person that you are, and just come to the terms that, you first of all, that means that you need work yourself. If you really
Yeah.
don't care, that means that you definitely need to work on your empathy, or you need to, but anyways. When you're dealing with depression, it can come with, first of all, I'm going to put up, like, some statistics here. Anxiety disorders are the most common mental illness in the U.S. There's 40 million adults that are dealing with it currently, which is 18 or older percentile, or 18 or older grouping, and then it's 18.1% of the population. So,
Which it doesn't seem like a lot, but that's a ton.
No, that's a ton. 18.1%, which put it in, like, the 40 million adults, like,
That's
40 million
insane.
people who are constantly dealing with depression, who are forced to go every day. Like, there are like you said, there are times when I can't even get out of bed because,
Yeah.
or I don't want to get out of bed because I have to go to work and put on this facade that I'm okay. And the thing is,
That's the
I
fucking
feel
worst.
like my inside. Imagine I have a little character inside, like Lizzie McGuire. Okay,
Like a puppet.
that person is cradled under 5 blankets in the corner of a dark room. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
feel
bawling their eyes out. Like, they don't want to confront the world. Like, and
Which is...
I've gotten to a point where it's, for me at least, like, I barely cry. Like, it's like things...
I cry a
things
lot.
don't... Well, like, it has to boil up to a really big
Oh,
point in
yeah.
order for me to cry. But, like, I just kind of go, whatever. Like, that's fine. Cool. Like, that's just my life. And I've gotten to the point where, like, it's like I've adjusted to
That's so sad.
that feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't mean sad as in, like,
That
pathetic. I mean, that's actually, like, sad.
I'm becoming, like, numb to, like,
A lot of things.
everyday things. Yeah. And I feel like that is a problem in itself. But it's not like I said, I'm working on it. Like you know what I mean. Like I actually am taking steps to like take care of my depression. But and which is important because you don't want to get to a point where you feel like you've got no other choice.
Yeah.
Like, and I have to say, I know people have their skepticism about it, but maybe watch 13 Reasons Why.
I think you should.
I don't know if they show the scene anymore. If you can find the original scene, I think it's important to watch. But you literally watch her at her darkest moments and watch her take life.
That first season was like amazing. Mm-hmm. Nothing will ever top that. First
really
season.
like, and then it really.
The book itself is amazing. You should read the book then watch it.
Mm-hmm. But like, you are not your mental illness. Like you can overcome it.
That shouldn't be the answer. It shouldn't come down to that.
It shouldn't come to especially because we don't know what happens after, and you can't just take the risk. Like, I think that while you're here, you can always, if it was like, I always do this. If it was a bad day, go to sleep, act as a reset, wake up, and say, from here on out, I'm going to try to do things differently.
I do that a lot.
Or I'm going to start the day with a different attitude. You have to put yourself in the mindset, because if you wouldn't let somebody else talk to you the way you talk to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a fucking fact.
You would slap a fucking hoe.
If someone spoke to me the way I think about myself, I would fucking kill them.
You'd be like, I'm sorry. Do you want to get wrecked? Like,
no, I wouldn't even ask. I would just fucking wreck them. Like, there's no other.
Yeah, like you would never let somebody talk to you the way that you talk to yourself. So I think that it's important to work on speaking to yourself. I
never thought about it like that.
You would never.
I never thought about it. Like, wow. I just thought about how some things I think about myself, and I was like,
sometimes I look in the mirror and I'm just like, shut the fuck up, and I just like walk away. You know what I'm saying? Like
fuck you.
Because like you can almost picture somebody else sitting there and just being like, your hair looks shit today. Like, wow, okay, are you really gonna go out of the house looking like that?
Usually it's your voice. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, it could be. You know,
I'm joking.
No, I'm playing.
No, I'm playing. No, I'll play it.
I'm playing. We play it.
True.
But, and then again, depression comes in many forms.
Yeah.
Okay. It could come in. Okay. It comes in anxiety, which I have unfortunately had both.
I've experienced.
Yeah.
You're gonna hear this too. Have not had an anxiety attack in a very long time.
That's good.
So I'm gonna.
Now there's anxiety attacks.
Oh, I'm anxious.
And then there's constant anxiety.
Let me restate that. Things make me anxious.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, like, when I'm dehydrated, I'm like, oh, and, like, I get, like, anxious. Or, like, if I, like, am out in the sun too long and I am strung out, I'm, like, anxious. Or if I drink too much and the next day I feel fucking terrible. It's basically anxiety. Like, I do things...
Well, just in another little tidbit, I gotta put this out there, I'm sorry. Drinking doesn't help depression, okay?
I mean, for the moment.
Unless you're drinking an upper, which is 100% agave tequila, pretty much.
Tequila's so much fun, though.
Well, that's why. It's an upper. But anything else is going to aid in your depression.
Don't look at me like that.
I'm not looking at you in general, but, like, if you will have a very, like, whenever I drink and the next, like, week, I feel at, like, rock bottom. And I feel terrible. Like, that entire
That's
week.
what alcoholism is. When you keep, like, not that, but, like, when you keep drinking because you don't want to feel that.
Yeah. Which, you know, just drink tequila. No, I'm just playing. That's not the way to handle it. Don't.
Straight agave nectar tequila.
Yes.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. But,
margaritas are fun.
What?
Margaritas are fun.
But also, not to, like, marijuana also helps. I have to say that.
Most people.
And I'm not saying, like, it's a cure. It's definitely not a cure. It helps you not feel...
It's a coping
that,
method.
like, that weight on your chest. Like,
yeah.
And I'm not saying smoke it. You could do edibles. You could do, like, you know what I mean? Like, they are using, marijuana for anxiety, depression now too, like curing, curing.
So amazing.
You know, just kind of
to like help you go.
Yeah,
get by.
like it does. You know,
I don't want to say coping.
You know how it feels like there's like bricks laying on your chest. Like
I literally felt like that today.
It like takes that, like that feeling away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, but you know that's outside of getting actual help. Like you have to actually get help. But it can come with anxiety. It can come with eating disorders. It can come in the form of just
body
introvertedness
issues.
And body issues, yeah, which, you know, would lead to bulimia or, you know, anorexia or
just
body dysmorphia
Yeah.
is, yeah. But we can get into body dysmorphia and stuff. That's a different topic that I want to take. But
Yeah,
like,
we'll talk about that.
Anxiety, where your heart feels like it's racing. For people who haven't experienced it, it feels like the world is ending every time that it happens. Like now
It's the sole worst feeling I've ever felt in my
I
life.
have like a low hum of anxiety always like going on. Like my heart's always racing, which I think is why my metabolism is so fast, because like
Yeah, you did.
I don't work out, but like my heart is constantly like
Your heart
racing.
thinks you are, yeah.
And that's why a lot of times I have to like take a nap or something, because like I feel exhausted, but I haven't done anything. You know what I mean? Like my heart is just racing all the time. So, there's that low like hum of anxiety, or there's people who get it in like anxiety attacks. And now
Yeah.
that's like intense. Like that you
The
immediately start wanting to like
worst.
bawl your eyes out, just like right in that spot.
Like mine are like,
tunnel
mine
vision,
would
you
be
get
like tunnel
blurry.
vision, and I get blurry. I feel like I'm dying, and my heart's racing. I feel like I'm gonna pass out.
Yeah.
But I'm not, and like you just like black out, and you don't remember anything. And then when after it happens, you're like, I'm so tired.
Mm-hmm.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, it takes a lot out of you.
It usually lasts like 20 minutes to like an hour.
Having anxiety or having depression is like it's a very taxing thing, and that's the thing that people don't understand. Having anxiety is just waking up it's like waking up every day and you're like, fuck.
Yeah,
like
which
I
is
have
why
to
people don't
continue
take medicine,
doing this every
but-
day. Yeah, like and it's just you just don't want to like carry out the day, and you're just like,
Yeah.
I think that it's important though, and something that I've been doing, and it has been helping. And this goes with training your mind to think differently. It's, okay, I have to do this thing. Like when you're like thinking like, okay, I have to do this, and then I have to do this, and then I have to do this, and it's just adding on top
One
of
thing
it.
at a
Yeah,
time.
and you just have to stop and say, that's not happening right now.
No. Yeah.
And just focus on what's going on in the moment. Look around you, look at your room, be like, look at your settings, see where you are, or if you're in a place, like you go somewhere quiet and just kind of look around, be like, nothing's happening right now. I'm standing here, I'm breathing, and then focus on your breathing and breathe in and breathe out, and just kind of like walk yourself through little steps as you go throughout the day.
See, mine, like, when I used to get anxiety attacks and stuff, it would be like all at once. and
Anxiety
I
attacks
would-
are different.
Yeah. Well,
You can't think during an
feeling
anxiety
anxious, I can now, like, talk myself out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But, like,
See, I
didn't really get it until, I didn't get anxiety until I was, like, 20, 21. I took a Xanax one time, and it leveled me out.
I mean,
Like,
yeah,
I had a very bad panic attack this one
Mm-hmm.
time. I took, I don't know if I should say that. I guess I can. I took a Xanax, and it completely went away.
yeah.
It's weird.
I mean, and there are things that you can see on the outside perspective that you could see that somebody's going through a hard time.
Yeah.
Like, don't ignore the signs. Like, because then you're like, okay, well, the signs were all there. And it's like, okay, well, notice the signs if you see them. Like, if somebody
Yeah.
seems reserved, or their normal energy is, at a little higher level, and they're just, like, low energy, like,
Yeah.
continue to ask somebody what is wrong. And
That's usually usually
Care.
what happens to me at work.
Yeah.
Like, I'll go in and
because we
I'll
consider
be,
ourselves pretty high energy people.
Yeah, at work I act a fool. Like, I act a fucking fool
Mm-hmm.
at work. It's great. I love it. But like Friday, I went in and I just did not feel. I was also really tired, like very exhausted. But I also was just like, I don't fucking.
I want it written on your tombstone. Katie Cole, very exhausted.
Finally died of exhaustion.
Finally gets her sleep.
Honestly, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, I think that would be great. All right.
Anyways, blah, blah. No, I don't know.
But
That's usually me. Whenever I get low energy, I'm not.
But
I'm
notice,
really not happy.
notice, like, and people say that they're tired a lot, or if,
I feel attacked.
you,
I mean, you're not wrong. I'm really not.
it's because, if somebody's saying they're tired a lot, it could be, yes, that they do work a lot, so that could be a possibility.
Or you're just fucking
But
sad.
just ask, because then you'll know, you know what I'm saying? Or you're just really depressed because, you know what I mean? Like, depression, it hits you at random parts of the day, and you get really tired and fatigued, and you just feel like you just can't do it anymore. You're waiting for your next break. So just, like, look for that. Look for, if people are making little small hints, like, oh, I just can't, like, win or like
Yeah,
you
like
know,
the little
like
phrases.
Yeah, like little code words that make you, where they want you to ask, like, are you okay? Because yes, it is. Some people are like, well, you're just saying it for detention. I'm gonna change that.
No, you're keeping that
That's
there.
fine. You're just some people are like, oh, they're doing it for attention. Yeah, they might be doing it for attention.
I can't get over how you said detention. Okay, go ahead.
I'm thinking about Molly Martina. Fuck, where was I?
I was thinking about Melanie Martinez. Oh shit.
But they do, yes, they do want attention. Like they're looking for your attention because they probably can't find an outlet, or they're looking for somebody to ask.
Yeah.
There's people who are reaching their lowest points and they're like screaming for help,
But not screaming. Yeah.
But like their attitude, their demeanor is screaming for attention. And I think that does say something, because more often than not, somebody is unhappy, or somebody is, you know what I mean? Not everyone's happy-go-lucky all the time.
I can't really speak on that because that literally is me. Like, whenever I get, like, super depressed, I just, like, don't want to talk about it, but I also do, and, like, I just don't. I feel like I burden people, like I said.
But, I mean, right, you're not going to tell people that you don't really,
I'm
know
not
that
fucking
well.
yeah.
But,
there's a couple people, there's, like,
you do
two.
talk to it about with your friends,
Yeah.
though, so that's a different thing,
But,
you know what I'm saying? If you're not talking to anybody about anything, then you should definitely tell the next person who's asking you what's wrong.
I can think of, clearly, I can picture them, 2 people that I work with that I could actually, if they asked me what was up, I would tell them. But that's it. Literally 2 people.
Yeah.
And it's because
Because not
trust
everybody
them.
cares. And
I know they care.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so.
So, you just have to find the right people. But there are people who care. So you got to remember that.
You know what I feel?
What?
That was your opening. To be like, what do you feel?
What do you feel?
Thank you. I feel that people that have depression usually, like, stick together. Like, I feel like all of us not all of us in our friend group, but
Well,
I know you are and I am too. I stick with you just like glue to a shoe.
Boo! You stink!
That was fucking good. You can't even deny that.
also, don't act as though kids don't know what sadness is or what depression is.
They do.
If there's a kid telling you that you're, sad or upset, or that they're sad or upset or depressed, listen to them. Ask them what's wrong. Be active in their life, because it will help them later on.
Yeah.
Like if they're able to be open. And a lot of parents don't also know how to talk about depression. So I think it's important that we start talking about it so people can know how to respond to it if somebody does tell you.
Everyone gets depressed when someone dies, like your grandparents or whatever. So that's probably the first thing kids feel like when your grandparents die or an aunt dies or whatever. That's the first taste of like
kind of
sadness.
yeah.
But you know what? When my Nana passed away, I think I was 13. I was 12 or 13. And my one cousin, like, fucking shout out to you, dude. Because literally okay, so back when my Nana passed away, it was like 2007. And email and AIM was a huge thing, so I would just email my fucking cousin and be like, yo, bro, I'm sad, and, like, it's not going away. And, like, shout out, because I fucking, like, was so depressed. I remember that's the first time I ever felt like, whoa. Like, my grandfather died when I was 10, so I know I was sad, but I also don't really remember, like, a lot of it. Mm-hmm. But, like, a couple years later made a huge difference.
You had somebody who had an impact on you, so you know what I mean?
Well, my grandparents did, yeah, all 4 of them do, but I'm just saying, as you get older, it gets harder.
Yeah.
And it's just, like, having someone that actually gave a fuck, like, about me. My parents did, too. I'm not saying that they didn't. But, like, someone that outside of my parents that I could talk to that wasn't, like, a friend that wouldn't understand because we were fucking 13. Mm-hmm. That's just huge. That was huge. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if he knew something was up, and he was like, yo, like, are you good? And I was like, nah, bro.
It's just, like, the height of people with depression and anxiety in our world right now is actually crazy.
It's grueling, yeah.
And people are being affected by the things that are happening, and not to mention all the anger and hatred that's getting spewed about.
Spewed about.
Spewed about.
Even if it doesn't directly affect your life, this world can make you fucking sad.
No, it can make you sad, and that's where my depression is it's kind of, like I said, I'm still feeling out of place. I feel like, do you ever feel like you have too much love and care for the world that,
Yes.
like, care about people or care about things that are going on? You're like, how can the world get to this point?
I am overly nice
Mm-hmm.
to cope with the fact that I am very sad.
Yeah.
Like, I, love making other people happy, and I would rather see all my friends super happy than myself, which
Yeah.
is kind of, I guess, fucked up for me to say out loud, but not really.
Not necessarily. I mean, that's a good way to
I just try to be nice. Like, everyone I work with, like, I'm always basically in a good mood, all this bullshit, but, like...
That goes with, like, people, you know, giving money to homeless. You know what I mean? Like, people are like...
I've done it.
they could spend it on drugs, or
Well, my $5. What the fuck's that gonna get you?
That's,
Like, I don't care what
that's
they do.
not. Yeah, I don't. That's their. You know, they at least have the opportunity to
moment
do
in
something
time-
good with that if they want to. Like,
In that moment in time, I saw someone in need, and I'm gonna fucking help them. That's how that goes.
yeah,
I'm
you know what I
sorry.
mean. Like, helping other people, that also helps you feel better. I think that the world has also gotten pretty selfish, and we're very
You
self-serving.
know, what would be a good... for me, it was a great coping method, too. I've done soup kitchens before.
That's,
Which you should... I want to not celebrate Thanksgiving this year, and I would rather go to a soup kitchen and feed people. Because I've done it before, and it is, like,
It's-
very much... You feel like... I felt like a weight was just lifted off of me when I did that.
I mean, like, and you're seeing a different perspective of life. You're seeing, you know, we do have shelters, we have homes over, you know, roofs overhead, which we forget about. Take a look around sometimes and notice the things that you have. And
Dude, we have cars, we have jobs where we make money, we have houses.
let's not get carried away. Now, there are things that, you know, the government puts us in, and we're supposed to be
Oh,
happy
no.
with scraps that we're given.
No, I know, but I'm saying...
Yeah, and
from my personal standpoint...
that we need to fight. But
I'm saying from a personal standpoint, like...
yeah, where you are, you know, we are lucky enough to...
Ew, we didn't agree on something for, like, the first time.
I think that's important.
I know! It's just so weird.
It's important not to agree on things, you know what I mean? You get different perspectives from other people. Now, that, like I said, if it comes from ignorance, you're not changing the world, you're
True.
ruining it. I think that we all need to be open-minded. We're almost done.
No, I know.
Okay. But, you know, it's just... We all need to be kinder to each other.
Here we go.
Yeah, every week, just be fucking nice to people, and I
Bro,
swear
hold
your
a
life will be
fucking
better.
door open. Say hi to somebody. And you know what? I was rollerblading yesterday, and I skated past someone in their car, and this girl just, like, stared at me and was like, "What's up?" I'm like, "Hey, girl, what's up?" Chilling. Cool. Have a good day.
Because
you too.
as humans, we're meant to be in our own, you know what I mean? If we look at somebody we don't know or talk to somebody we don't know, it's like
I
out
don't
of
give
the
a fuck.
norm.
I'll
Yeah.
talk to anybody. Literally, you know that. It's kind of annoying. I'm
See,
sorry.
I don't because of my own anxiety, my own depression, and that could be the case for a lot of people. But we all are, like, afraid of each other, and I think that there's this fear of other people now because
True.
of everything that's going on, and that is not helping with us trying to make it through the day-to-day, you know, constantly being worried about having to be guarded or worried that, you know, someone's going to misuse us or, you know, like, something could happen. So we all just need to understand that we're all figuring it out. Every single person on this earth doesn't have an answer, okay? They have an answer for the things that they've learned in life, maybe.
it can help you.
Yeah, but, you know, even the worst people can help you by learning from their mistakes and,
Yeah.
you know, improving them.
I have one thing to say.
What?
Are you ready?
No, I'm really not. What?
We're all in this together.
You're right, I wasn't ready, and, I think on that note, we're gonna be done. No. Okay. This is
Make our
not a,
dreams come true.
this is not a trend, like, we're not gonna continue to sing at the
Wildcats
end.
everywhere. Raise your hands up
I have
in
to
the
say
air.
goodbye now, otherwise we're never gonna...
That's the way
Okay,
we
goodbye.
do it.
Just a little PSA from your friends.
Yeah, homies.
The National Suicide Prevention Hotline is 1-800-273-8255. 1-800-273-8255. Seriously, guys, it's important. If you're feeling like you have no other way out and you do need someone to talk to,
If you have nobody to talk to, or if you're just alone, you don't want to talk to anyone you know.
just call somebody. Like, they are
It
trained
is
to listen.
It's toll free.
And it's toll free. They're trained to listen, and they know that they'll know what to say to get you off that ledge at least. So, and I don't. That's not supposed to be punny. All right.
True.
Take care of yourselves and take care of each other.
Yes, always.
Bye, guys. This has been Brutally Honest.
See ya.
Yeah, I'm just honest.